Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make this DIY pumpkin hamster house for Halloween. All you're going to need is some toilet paper or other type of tissue, a balloon, a little bit of flour, some water. I used about a half cup flour and almost 1 cup of water, some non-toxic pet-safe paint, a paintbrush, some type of cup to hold your balloon in, and some type of object to hold your balloon down in the cup. I'm just going to be tying this little metal mouse down with some string. The first thing you're going to want to do is mix your flour and water together until you get almost a glue-like paste. This is what you're going to use to soak the toilet paper or other tissue. Next, you'll want to take your balloon and blow it up. The size you make it depends on what type of animal you're going to be using this for. I blew mine up pretty big since I'm doing it for a Syrian hamster. Once your balloon's blown up, you're going to want to take your string and tie it around your little heavy object. Like I said, I'm just using a random metal mouse, but you can use any small object as long as it will fit inside your cup and it's heavy enough to keep your balloon upright. Once your string is tied to your heavy object, you can tie the other end of the string to your balloon and then place your balloon down in the cup, making sure it's standing upright. Now that your balloon is stable in the cup, you can start painting on your first layer of flour and water. You just need to do a very thin layer, one spot at a time, so you can put the toilet paper or other tissue on. You can just repeat this process over and over all the way around the balloon until you have a full layer. Now I made my house with an open bottom, so I only went a little way under halfway down the balloon since there was no need to cover the bottom half. Once the top half of your balloon is completely covered in tissue, you can take your paste and cover all of the tissue in another layer. This will allow you to put the second layer of tissue on much quicker than the first, since your whole balloon will already be ready. Once your first layer of tissue is completely covered in paste, you can start adding your second layer of tissue, and you'll just repeat this process over until you think you have it thick enough. I ended up doing 4 complete layers of tissue and paste for my desired thickness, but you can do it however you want. Now, as you can notice, my DIYs definitely aren't as clean and nice looking as a lot of people's. I did definitely make a mess. Don't think that yours has to look perfect, because mine definitely didn't, and it still turned out great. Once your tissue is as thick as you want it, it's time to make the stem. Simply take a piece of toilet paper, put it in half, and then roll it end to end. If this isn't as thick as you want, I wanted mine a little bit thicker, you'll just take another piece and repeat the process, folding it in half and then placing it inside the other until it's as thick as you want. Now it's time to attach your stem to your pumpkin. This step is quite simple, as you're just going to use the same layering technique as you did for the layers, using your paste and your tissue to attach the stem to the pumpkin. Now that the base of your pumpkin is done, you need to leave it to thoroughly dry before we paint it. I ended up having to leave mine for over 24 hours before it was dry. You'll know it's done when it's really hard to the touch. Once your pumpkin's completely dry, it's time to get your non-toxic paint out, and it's finally time to paint it. Once it's completely painted, you'll have to leave it to dry again, but this time it takes a lot less time. Mine took less than 2 hours. Once the paint's dry, it's time to pop the balloon and remove it from the house. Now, some of your inside layer of your tissue may come out with the balloon, and that's completely fine. You can always clean it up afterwards. The main thing is you want to make sure that all of the actual balloon comes out, since you don't want any of that getting into your hamster's cage. Now the next step is completely optional, but if the bottom of your pumpkin is a little uneven and not the best looking like mine, I just went ahead and cut about 1 inch off the bottom just so it would have a nice smooth surface for the pumpkin to sit on. And the final step to making your DIY pumpkin hamster house is just cutting out the door. Now once again, depending on what type of animal you're making this for, the size of the door is going to be different. And now you have your own completed pumpkin hamster house. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did and decide to make this house, make sure to add me on Facebook and show me the pictures of yours. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.